Hi everyone, and welcome back to the 6th video in the Deciphering Music Theory series. Today, we're going to be taking a look at chords. A chord is made when you simultaneously play two or more different notes at the same time. The basic chords are made up of 3 different notes, which are also called triads. Chords are made using the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes of the major and minor scales. We can stack the 3rd note and 5th note on top of the 1st note to form major and minor chords. When building a chord, if the bottom note is on a line, then the other 2 notes will also be on lines. If the bottom note is on a space, then the other 2 notes will also be on a space. The bottom note of a chord is called the root. The 2nd note of the chord is called the 3rd, since it comes from the 3rd note of the scale. The 3rd note of a chord is called the 5th, since it comes from the 5th note of the scale. Let's take a look at creating major and minor chords. To create a major chord, we begin by choosing the 1st note. We'll be creating an E major chord. To create an E major chord, we would begin by writing out the first 5 notes of the E major scale. These are E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B. From here we would pick the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes to form an E major chord. This would be E, G sharp, and B. The major chord sounds like this. Next we will be creating a minor chord. We'll be using B flat as our root note. To create a B flat minor chord, we would write out the first 5 notes of the B flat minor scale. These are B flat, C, D flat, E flat, and F. We would then choose the 1st, 3rd, and 5th notes to form a B flat minor chord and stack them on top of each other. These would be B flat, D flat, and F. Here's what a minor chord sounds like. The major and minor chords have similar sounds to their major and minor scale siblings. The major chord has a happy sound, while the minor chord has a sad sound. There are 2 other chords that do not show up often in today's popular music. These are the diminished and augmented chords. Both the augmented and diminished chords can be created from the augmented and diminished scales respectively. However, we'll do this an easier way. To create a diminished chord, we can first begin thinking about a minor chord. Let's use C minor, which has the notes C, E flat, and G. To create a diminished chord, we will lower the 5th 1/2 step, in this case, G to G flat. This creates a minor 3rd from C to E flat, and another minor 3rd from E flat to G flat. It sounds like this. To create an augmented chord, we begin with a major chord. We'll be using D major, which has the notes D, F sharp, and A. We raise the 5th of the chord 1/2 step, in this case, A natural to A sharp. This creates 2 major 3rds, one from D to F sharp, and another from F sharp to A sharp. An augmented chord sounds like this. One of the other most often used chords is the power chord. This is very common in rock music and uses only an interval of a perfect 5th. This would be C to G or A flat to E flat. As you can see, there is no 3rd in this chord, only the root in the 5th. The power chord is also commonly called a dyad, and sounds like this. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below or send me a message. As always, exercises and answer keys are linked to in the description. Thanks for watching!